I'm making this video to put to bed once and for all the old wives' tale about how exact scale wheels don't work on regular O-scale track. We're watching an AC-12 O-scale articulated running through all kinds of switches and fancy track work, including a double slip switch. It's equipped with exact scale wheels, a .117 wheel profile, as it would be referred to. Basically the same as Proto 48, except that it's gauged exactly for the standard O scale. As you can see, it has no difficulty whatsoever negotiating this track work. I'm going to demonstrate it on a number of different pieces of track work here at different speeds so that you can see that there is no difficulty with it. The engine behaves perfectly over my entire layout. I've run it on all kinds of track, backwards, forwards, different speeds, and it has never derailed. It has never even had a problem. The locomotive that we're watching is a hot off the presses first pass pilot model for the new key O-scale AC 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12. This particular one is representative of 4294, which is currently at the Railway Museum in California, of course. As you can see, it has no difficulty with the complex track work. I'll run it down another track very quickly here so that you can see that it doesn't matter which track we run it on. It behaves perfectly regardless. As long as the wheels are gauged properly, and that is laid out in a specification that I wrote, the back-to-back spacing obviously has to be different than it is for .145, the NMRA standard wheel sets, or for the old .172 old NMRA standard wheel sets. But as long as you follow the specification and have the thing have the wheels made correctly, there is no difficulty with it whatsoever. It runs nice and smooth. If you look very, very closely with your nose up against the engine, you can see a tiny bit of wheel drop in the frogs, but we'll demonstrate later on a close-up that that's almost completely unnoticeable. In the foreground is a double slip switch that the engine is just about to run over here, and we're going to get a nice close-up look at it so you can watch action of the wheels and also get a good look at the model itself as it passes by here. We'll now take another route through the double slip over to the other main, and then I'll demonstrate that it can also handle changes in elevation relatively easy, because I have a siding that drops down from the main to siding height, and it has no trouble negotiating that either. As it heads off onto the siding here, it actually drops down a bit, so that you might expect it to have a little bit of a problem, but there is none, as you can see. Now we'll take yet another route through the double slip onto a different siding, or a different main line, I should say. For those of you who want to see just how good this model really is, we'll do a standing still close scan of the model. That way you can take in some of the detailing on it. Even if it were to go into production right now, it's the best detailed, finest running AC ever done in O scale, perhaps in any scale. The detailing is absolutely phenomenal on this engine. And yet it's far from complete. We have quite a bit of detailing yet to put on it. It's complete right down to all the small oiler lines. You can see them running from the mechanical lubricators right there, the copper colored lines. There are similar lines running from all of the air pump lubricators to the air pumps. Here's another view of the mechanical lubricator lines. No detailing is being left off of this thing. If it appeared on the real engine, we want it to be appearing here on this engine. We'll now watch the engine take a trip down my windy, twisty route to the engine terminal, down through all the complex switch work, and see that again it negotiates everything beautifully with no problems of derailing or anything else. Just to prove that pulling a train doesn't make any real difference, we'll go ahead and follow it around on a bit of a loop here, pulling a train. And I'm going to remind you once again that I did absolutely nothing to the track work here to prepare for this. All of my track work matches the NMRA standard for standard O-scale track work. I did not narrow up any flangeways. I didn't make any concessions whatsoever to this particular experiment. And the engine is running on track work that's been in place for about 20 years now. It was never built with the idea of running exact scale wheels, but it works just fine, as you can see.